There we go. Can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me? Yes, here. Can you hear me now? Let's see. Can you guys hear me now? Are we good? All right, sweet. So, welcome back to Friday Fuel. Let's go. Fired up. Brian, appreciate you. Melissa, I believe that's you. Good morning. Good morning. Let's rock it. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. Again, I'm your host, Johnny Nitafan, and this is Friday Fuel. And I'm going to be talking about a topic that I'm super excited and passionate about: how to sell final expense over the phone. 101, the basics that you absolutely need to know before you start selling final expense insurance. But drop in the comments where you guys are coming in from. Yes, sir. Brian, let's go. So we actually, what Brian was referring to is we're actually growing. The agency is growing. People are coming in, making sales. Like, we had a guy that made 2 sales his first day, coming in from Delaware, Minnesota. I love it. So what's cool is actually Brian, he was talking about is our new agent meeting yesterday, getting people started, people getting rocking and rolling, taking their first leads, making sales, helping some families. And so we're a fully final expense telesales agency that's all across the U.S. that we're really just helping families all over the phone. So if you guys are looking, if you guys have or are looking to go and start selling final expense over the phone, this training and this video is for you. So I'm super excited for today. Happy Friday. I'm excited to get into this because a little bit about me. Again, my name is Johnny Nitafan. I'm the host of Friday Fuel, and it's cool because I've been in the life insurance industry. A little bit of backstory about me: I've been in the life insurance industry for like almost a little over a year now, and haven't sold final expense forever. But my hair's like weirdly hanging right now. I just got a perm. So, anyways, I've been selling. I'm leaning that direction. Yeah, I 100% agree. And I'm actually going to drop in the comments some questions that you guys have. And I want to make it interactive to where, as you guys are coming in, as you guys are watching, if you guys have any questions on how you can sell more final expense over the phone, drop in the comments and I'll actually be answering those live after I do a little bit of training, and I'll kind of get in some engagement here. So do it. I love it. So yeah, Brian is getting started. He's about to rock and roll, which is awesome. So, and by the way, let StreamYard view your comments below. So, just allow StreamYard, go to the top, let StreamYard view your profile so I know who I'm speaking with here. But this is all about the basics of what you need to sell final expense over the phone. So, I've been in the life insurance industry a little over 12, 13 months right now. Sold over $500,000 of life insurance, all over the phone or virtual. So I've done a little bit of Zoom calls, but mainly over the phone. I've learned from a lot of different awesome people who have taught me how to sell over the phone. And so it's not just one person I can point to, but it's been a mixture of a lot of people pouring into me, helping me along this journey. So again, my name is Johnny Nitafan, and yeah, I've sold $500,000 over the phone, and that's what I'm trying to talk about today. So the basics, right? What is final expense? What is final expense insurance? What it is pretty much, it's a basic burial policy. It's a policy that is meant to just cover final expenses. So hypothetically, let's just say Miss Mary, she were to pass today, right? She would have to pay for the burial or cremation that she goes through, right? The final expenses: burial, cremation, funerals, any credit card debts, anything that she may have, any debts that she may have. It's going to cover all that. Sometimes it's a little bit extra, but that's the basis of the final expenses, right? So the whole goal of this policy, we're selling to people who are on fixed incomes, who don't have a lot of money, and who have procrastinated their whole life because they haven't got any insurance in place. They haven't had any plans in place. So most of these people are on very fixed incomes, making less than $1,000 a month, and who haven't planned what they're gonna do. They're probably planning like hoping that they can get a GoFundMe going, hoping that they can get certain things going, but they haven't planned ahead. They haven't planned to cover those final expenses yet. So this is what this policy is. It's a small whole life policy. So 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, $30,000 in coverage to just pay the final expenses. It's not leaving any generational wealth. It's not like to income replacement. This is just to cover those final expenses. So that's what final expense is. It's just a burial insurance just to cover the burial or the cremation, funerals, things like that. So that's what final expense is. Now, I've sold term, IULs, annuities. I sold all these things before. So you're probably thinking, why sell final expense? So from my experience, and this may just be me, other people have had other experiences, but what I found is that whole life is a little more lenient. People like the underwriting guidelines, if you're taking 2 blood pressure medications, you can still get approved for a whole life plan. When some carriers, you can't get approved for a whole like a term plan. And so what happened was when I was really selling a ton of term insurance, there was a lot of like back and forth with the carrier trying to figure out, hey, like get the underwriting down, get the underwriting. And I think like personally, that's one thing that I could have worked on. However, it's just something that I've seen from more and more people that, yeah, you can make the sale, but is the client actually going to get approved? Now, what I found is like this is a huge mistake that I personally made, and I don't want you to make the same mistake, is that I came in the industry and I saw my uplines selling IULs, annuities, and that was like the nice thing. That was the thing that everybody wanted to do. That was like the next level, but that like cut my cash flow. And if you guys don't make this mistake, but I went straight to retirement leads 1 month into the business. Horrible mistake. Do not make that mistake. And so you're probably thinking, why should I sell final expense? Well, it's because when you're just starting out as an insurance agent, it's super important to get your cash flow right, getting that daily deposits. We have this saying in our agency that goes, every day you work, you should get a deposit. You work, deposit, work, deposit, work, deposit. And that's how it goes. You work, get a deposit the next day, work, get a deposit the next day, or the same day, right? Somebody sold a policy last week it was like around 11 Pacific time, gets paid into his account from that policy at 8 Pacific time, or like 7 Pacific. Like, so 8 hours later, he's already getting a deposit the same exact day. So the cash flow is king. When you're just starting out, cash flow is king. So when you're thinking, hey, why final expense? I kind of like IULs. I kind of like building these high cash value things. The thing about those is that when you're just starting out, you need money. You probably watching this live is thinking, hey, I need money like yesterday. I need money yesterday. And so, but IULs, I wanted to do that. Well, it takes a while to go through underwriting, get paid, get the policy issued, and all of that. So it is fancy, it is nice, it's exciting, definitely higher ticket, higher commissions, but it takes a little bit longer, right? So why final expense? Because the cash flow is king. I would just start, when you're just starting out, start with final expense or term. Just start with one of those because you can get paid within a few days and you get your cash flow right. So that's why, right? So now I'm going to go into a few things that you need to know when you're getting over the phone. So you got to have a pipeline full, right? So whether that's from referrals, whether that's from leads, whether that's from whatever, organically. And so true, other policies take a lot to get paid on the back end completed. Final expense is quick and easy, and you get paid 100%. And so, and you get a upfront commission that you can continue to investing into your business. Now, what you need to know is you have to have a pipeline full rather than going face to face and selling kneecap to kneecap, belly to belly with somebody, and being able to get that instant trust, being able to like have them trust you there. You have to get trust over the phone. Now, I'm going to get that. That's actually my second point. So stay till that second point because that's massive. You have to have that trust and tonality. But when you're in person, you can be a little bit more efficient. You can have 10 appointments and close 8, right? With final expense, it may be a little bit different. And the reason why is because when you're one call closing, like top closers are doing about like closing about 50, 40 to 50, like 40-ish percent of one call closes, right? So like I took a whole data point, like database of me. I track all my appointments. And this is like just a little pro tip. When you're just starting out, track as much data as humanly possible. So track all your appointments. And did you make the sale or no? And why? Because whoever your mentor is, you can go to them and say, hey, I did 10 presentations this week. I got 3 people to buy. These 7 people didn't buy. Why? Oh, you're getting the social security objection every single time. Huh, that's a pattern. Boom. Now I know that's trust. The client doesn't trust you. They're not urgent enough. You didn't build enough value in your presentation. It's called killing zombies, killing the objections before you get them. So, track your data, right? Get as much data as humanly possible. So in regards to leads and lead types and having the pipeline flowing, you could have you can do a lot of presentations you can do presentations and you'll probably close more, right? Face to face. Now, telesales, you have to do more of them to get more sales, right? Here's the thing though, in terms of when you start getting good at selling over the phone, you can have a day that you have 0 appointments. That's typically what my day looked like. I have 0 appointments and I'm calling, get the sales, make the sales on the phone. So that's what's different about that, because you could go cold door knocking, but the likelihood of somebody buying is not going to be super high. Rather than calling leads all day, I'd rather make 300-400 dials every single day on like aged leads, because if you get somebody on the phone, it just takes one to make that sale, and you can get to a lot more people. Bang, 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 bang. Especially with dialers, especially with technology now, you can get to so many people. So drop in the comments FE if this is helping you, because that helps me kind of like continue on here. Drop in the comments FE, just final expense FE. If this is helpful for you guys, I really want to make this super helpful for you guys. And if you guys need extra resources on how to sell final expense over the phone, because it's probably not going to be enough here. And I appreciate that, Chris FE. Drop in the comments FE if this is helpful for you. But if you guys need extra resources, go check out my YouTube channel. Let's just look up Johnny Nitafan. It's right here, Johnny Nitafan. Super helpful. I appreciate you. FE, I love it. Yeah, keep dropping FE in the comments if this is super helpful for you guys. But if you guys need extra resources, go subscribe to my YouTube channel, which I have a ton of extra information on there that I'm doing. Literally, a couple of days ago, I did a full breakdown on how you can make $100,000. The exact things that you need to know to make your $100,000, 6 figures your first year, right? So go check that out. If somebody could plug the link down below, that'd be awesome. Just look up Johnny Nitafan or click the link down below to go check that out. If you want more resources, there's hundreds of videos out there for you guys. Yeah, and got hundreds of videos. Super helpful. Thank you, Brian. Really appreciate you. That was awesome. All right, cool. So we got that. You have to have a pipeline flowing, pipeline full of clients, leads, like people to talk to. You need people to talk to. That's the number one thing that you need to know, is that you have to have people to talk to. If you don't have people to talk to, it doesn't matter, right? So when you're just starting out, think about, how can I talk to as many highly qualified people as possible every single day? That's the number one goal that you need to be thinking about. It's not, hey, how can I get on 10, 15 hours of calls of like, hey, like learning and trainings and things like that, which like you guys are the top 1% investing in yourself, listening on how to sell more. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Brian. Go click that link if you guys want more information and be able to continue investing in yourself, kind of like you're doing now. But it's not about, hey, like getting on these feel good calls. Hey, like you guys are awesome. I love you guys. You guys are great. It's like, do the revenue generating activities, do the things that are actually going to make you money, which is talking to highly qualified people as much as humanly possible. Now, at the start, you may have to call off a list. You may have to call, like, I think of the first person I think of is Joe Camper. And he started by just calling super age, like 5, 6, 7, like calling a list, right? And that's a place to start. But as you continue leveling up, the goal is to be able to talk to people. And yes, exactly. Put the work in, no exception. So you want to talk to as many highly qualified people as possible. You have to have the pipeline flowing, continuing to go. You have to have leads in there. Then I'm trying to get the referral game going. So then it's like every lead I get, I can close probably 1, 2, 3 more sales just because I get a lead. So every lead I get is just triple or quadruple profitability. And that's something I'm learning still now. I still have a ton to learn, but this is what I know. I've had a ton of success on just selling leads. So you have to have a pipeline flowing constantly. Now, there's a lot of different lead times types. There's direct mail, there's live transfers, there's Facebook leads, there's TikTok leads, there's just like digital leads, there's like you name it. There's leads out there. There's people like VAs, like dialers calling out and getting like there's callback leads. There's so many different lead types out there, and I'm gonna break down a few that I've had massive success with. The first one is Facebook leads. Have had massive success with those because you can acquire the customer at very profitably. However, here's the downside of that is sometimes you have to really, really dig. You have to make 100, 200, 300 dials a day to make those couple sales. But here's the trade-off with that, right? You acquire customers profitably if you have a good lead type, which we actually have like super great in-house leads. But if you're wanting to have like if you want to keep that pipeline flowing and acquire leads and customers profitably, right? At the start, you have to just put in the work. You have to just start with literally just doing the activity and you'll get better over time, right? So when you're just starting out, that's okay. Just continue to dig, 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 dig. Because here's what my thought process is. When I was broke, when I wasn't making a lot of money, I said, hey, I'd rather dig all day and just be super profitable on these leads than like whatever. Because all you have is time or money. You can't have both. It's either you have a lot of time and no money, or you have money and you want to maximize the time that you do have to be able to close more deals, right? So that's why Facebook leads are great. Now, there's live transfers. Those are great too. Those tend to be more expensive. You acquire the customer at a little bit higher cost, but you're guaranteed a presentation when you get the transfer. So that's another lead source. I wouldn't recommend direct mail for telesales and selling final expense over the phone. Definitely wouldn't recommend that. Okay. So the reason why is because that is for like that's for an in-person meeting. And they're continuing to go up and up and up, more expensive, and guaranteed the people who are sending in those forms are the same people who fill the ads out on Facebook. So if you're wanting to do telesales, Facebook leads are definitely the way to start and the way to go. I would try to get as many age leads as humanly possible, get some new leads in there as well, get a good mix going, and that's where I'd start for that. Now let's get into tonality, right? Drop in the comments tonality if you're looking forward to this one. I got 3 points. This is the second one, super huge, and then the third point, which I'm actually going to get to, is metrics that you need to hit to be profitable selling final expense over the phone, right? So tonality, right? Tonality. It's all about building trust. When you're face to face, you can build, and I appreciate you, Chris, tonality. When you're just start like when you're doing final expense in person, you tend to be able to get more trust with the client just because they can see you, they can feel you, they can like your body language is everything. Body language is 90%, actual words communicated is 10%. When you're selling over the phone, all you have is tonality. All you have is your voice. So you have to really train your voice to be caring, like to really feel it in your heart. Hey, like I care about you, Miss Karen. Like you don't have any coverage in place currently. You don't have anything. And so if something were to happen to you, Miss Karen, what is Bob going to do? Oh, like I don't know, like raise some money, go into debt. Like is that what you're looking for? Or are you looking for something that you can have a little bit of coverage to make sure he's not left with a big financial burden? You want that, don't you? That's what you're looking for, right? And tonality, you have the care, you have the trust. You like genuinely care for that person. You have the tonality to be able to bring that person in. You're at first, hey, this is Johnny, just getting back to you here real quick. See how it's kind of upbeat? Then I take it back and walk me through this. What would happen to Bob if something were to happen to you? Is that what you were looking for? See how my tonality changes? That is huge when like building trust, building a relationship over the phone, because that's all they have. So you have to emphasize that. You have to emphasize your tonality. Sometimes you have to get like massively, like sometimes you have to over exaggerate it, because I guarantee like this is what happened to me. And I like training agents all day is like people think people think that they can that they're like curious, or people think that they're really caring, but it's like you have to like 10x what you think you are to like actually deliver the way you want to deliver on the phone, right? So if you're curious, like, huh, so you're saying that you'd rather have like a 2-year waiting period, something where the policy never paid out for 2 years, rather than day one coverage, even if it's $5 a month extra? Is that what you were looking for? See, curious, tonality, that's all you have. So you want to emphasize that. See how I'm moving my hands, my body language? You can do that over the phone, but your tonality is kind of like body language over the phone. Your words mean something, but your tonality is something different. If I say something, hey, you need final expenses, right? Or hey, it sounds like you definitely need some final expense coverage. Is that right? It's huge. See, you got to distinguish that. So tonality is massive. Building trust, building relationship. I make sure to give them my information, my phone number. They can reach out to me, right? My state producer number, like my national producer number. I'm giving that to them so that they know, like, and trust me. You have to have that relationship. They have to know you. They have to like you. They have to like you, that and feel that you're actually going to be their agent for life, that you're going to solve the problem that they're looking for, and they have to trust you giving their social. It's not easy. Giving banking information. Hey, I've been burned 3 times before. How can I trust you? What makes you different? That's the question that these clients are asking themselves. So when you guys are selling over the phone, tonality and trust is huge. Okay? So before my third point, I just want to let you guys know, is this helpful? Like I want to ask, is this helpful? Yep, put a 1 in the chat if this is helpful. Is this helpful? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if this is helpful. I just want to make sure I'm helping you guys, because this is what has helped me a ton. 1, 1, 1. We see the ones flying in here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. My goal is to help you with this. I want you guys to absolutely crush telesales. And this is 101. Now we got 202 coming up, and you guys are not going to want to miss that. And so, again, my YouTube channel, there's a ton of information just like this one. So I want to get into the third one, metrics that you should be hitting daily. So when you're just starting out, 150 dials a day minimum. 150 dials a day minimum. Top people are doing 200 to 300 a day, but you have to start with 150 dials a day. And when you're just starting out, your activity, judge your activity, don't judge the results. You're going to get better over time. You're going to make sales, a lot more sales later, but judge the activity. I know this is super hard for a lot of people. is judging the activity and not judging the results. Judging the day, if it's a good day, based on the actual activity that you put in, whether that's 5 presentations, whether that's uh whatever, right? You want to just focus on the activity at first, and the results are going to follow. Yes, you want those right away, but if you focus on the metrics that you need to hit, those are going to come, and you're going to get better over time. And make it a habit. Make it a habit that, hey, every morning at 8 a.m., I'm waking up, I'm doing my self development, or every day at 6 a.m., I'm doing my self development, I'm going to the gym. Like, as you guys probably have seen on my Facebook, like, we're doing 75 hard. I got my gallon of water right here, like working out. Like, I'm getting into the mindset. I'm like listening to positive things to go throughout my day to be able to just absolutely start crushing the day. So I'm ready. I'm going. I'm flowing. We got team meetings right away. We got role plays. All right, let's go. Let's crush it. Now, let's get into the day. Let's start dialing. Let's start hammering the phones. Now you're already warmed up to the day, right? Or just start working right away. Like, just confront the thing that you want to do, because a lot of times morning routines, people want to avoid the work, when in the reality, you should be doing the work when you have the most energy. So I'm not a huge fan of 2, 3, 4 hour morning routines. Activity is everything. Exactly, Brian. Activity and success will come if you just continue on. So focus on 150 dials a day, and try, like, you have to get to 20 presentations a week. However you have to do that, get to 20 presentations a week. That's what your real goal is, like 20 presentations a week. Maybe that takes 200 dials, maybe that takes whatever. But if you hit like, that's the magic number, 20 to 30 presentations. Like, you want to start off with trying to hit 20. Once you hit 20 consistently, 30 is really, like, 20 to 30 is really where the magic starts happening. You're cash flowing daily. You're getting deposits. You're like making sales. You're helping a ton of families. You're gaining the momentum that you really need. That's where that's like a great week. If you're able to do that, that's an amazing week. So try 20 to 30 presentations. Get your leads based on how you can do that, how you can hit your activity goals. Because if you do that, and say you close, I don't know, 25% of those, you're still closing 5. You're at 20,000 a month from that. But if you're closing 50%, which good closers are, then you're closing 10,000 a week, 40,000 a month. Like, that's really doable. That's definitely doable. You just have to get those presentations, put the emphasis on how can I get presentations. It's all I focus on. How can I get more presentations? How can I get in front of more people every single day? How can I get 5, 10 presentations daily? That's the metric that you want to hit. And lastly, the another metric that you want to hit is it's kind of like phases, right? You want to start with the dials, get those down. You really want to go for the presentations, but this next metric is like, how can I scale to 1 to 2 policies daily? Because if you hit that, that's 30 to 40, 30 to 60 policies a month. I mean, that's top 1% income if you're really able to scale to that. And that's what we're helping agents do with our agency, which is really cool. Just selling final expense all over the phone. Like, have the community, like, have the people around you to be able to help you out doing it, that already know how to do it, that have already done it. Because if you do what they do, if you want what they want, like, do what they do, and you'll be able to get what they got. Super great quote that I love that. Like, get around people who actually know what they're doing, especially like whatever you're doing, whether that's IULs, annuities, final expense, like whatever it is, get around people who actually want to help you, that actually have your interest in mind, and that want to help you scale to 1 to 2 policies a day. Brian, if you find somebody who has what you want, do what they do, and you'll be able to get what they got. Find somebody who has what you want, do what they do, and you'll be able to get what they got. Super great principle of getting around people who are for you, who actually have your best interest in mind, who want to help you, who want to see you succeed, right? So hit those metrics, right? So leads, have the pipeline flowing, whether it's organic, referrals, have constant people to talk to, fill that pipeline. The goal is to get to as many highly qualified people as possible daily. tonality and trust. Your tonality is huge, and hit your metrics. So if you guys are wanting to learn more pretty much about what we're doing here at Nitafan Financial, DM me the word team. DM me the word team, and I'll be able to get you more information on that. But guys, if you guys need free resources, I'm going to pin this up again. Just look up Johnny Nitafan on YouTube, and I'll be able to help you guys out there. It's the number one channel for really insurance value, getting value, learning, consistently learning over and over and over again. And drop in the comments, team, or feel free to DM me. But the constant goal, and I'll leave you guys with this, the constant goal is to get in front of the most highly qualified person as humanly possible as many times as possible. If you think about that, if you have that in mind every single day, thinking about how can I do that, you'll be led to success. So hope you guys helped. Hope this helps you guys. I really want to help you guys in any way I can. Reach out to me, DM me if I can help in any way, shape, or form if you have questions. But I will see you guys next Friday. Peace out.